Alright, welcome back. V.O.C. YouTube channel. NFL Tuesday. Last week of the NFL's regular season. Playoffs are pretty much locked up. Few spots here and there on both sides. Let's get into it. Like I said, a few spots left. Last NFL's regular season week. Then we get playoffs. My back's on fire. My sister waxed my back. It hurts fucking tremendously. Alright, fuck it. I'll get into it. I was just going to stop, but I was like, fuck, I'll do it. I have a low pain tolerance. My sister waxed my back because I guess it was bad. Never again in my life. It was like she ripped my fucking skin off. Worst pain in my life. You can call me a bitch. You can chirp me all you want. Fucking shit hurt, dude. And I had some fucking hair, okay? I'm a hairy guy, right? Got German in me. Pretty hairy. Fucking waxed it. Gone. I think she ripped skin. She didn't just rip hair. She ripped fucking skin. They sat me down, forced me to do it. Never again. Never again. Fuck that shit, dude. I didn't get it on video because it was too explicit. Because they ripped skin off. It would have been taken down. It would have been taken down by every platform just because it was like fucking, it was like a murder trial. I'm surprised I'm not bleeding. Never again. Shit fucking hurts, dude. God, that fucking shit hurts. It's the worst ever. Alright, let's talk back to sports now. My picks were 6-3 last week, still on fire. A little skeptical about how I thought they were going to go at first. I lost close games. I lost close with the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Dolphins, that wasn't a close loss. And the Cowboys wasn't a close loss. But 6-3 is still a winning record. I'll take it. And still on fire. Fucking fire emojis. Ba 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 ba. Fire. I didn't talk about it yesterday in my video because I want to talk about it today. John Madden passed away last week at the age of 85. Icon in the NFL. Maybe the most influential person to the NFL or to football maybe ever. He was 103-32-7 as the Raiders head coach. Won a Super Bowl. Retired from coaching at like age 43. Very young. And then got into broadcasting. He was a broadcaster for almost 40 years. Changed the way, you coach in the NFL. Changed the way that games are called in the NFL. And then changed the way that people view the NFL as the face of the Madden franchise video game. If you didn't know, the Madden game is named after John Madden. He talked about it in an interview before. He kind of just stumbled into it. It wasn't something he sought out to do. They came to him and asked him, and he said, yeah, I'll do it. And forever changed the way we view football. There's not one person that doesn't play Madden that I know of. Like, it's a game that you play. And you don't say, oh, I'm going to play EA football. No, you say, I'm going to play Madden, right? Very influential. I don't remember him calling games. I think the last game he called was the 2009 Super Bowl, the Cardinals-Steelers. I remember watching the game. I don't really remember, listening to the calls, but he worked with Pat Summerall, Al Michaels for, like I said, 40 years. Icon. Was fun. Had fun with it. Was respected. One of those guys that, when it came out, it was like, whoa. That was pretty big. So I just wanted to highlight that a little bit because, like I said, he forever changed the NFL in 3 phases. No other person will probably ever do that. Coaching, broadcasting, and viewership wise. He forever changed the way we look at the NFL. Big Ben said goodbye to Heinz Field last night. Watched a little bit of the game. They beat the Steelers beat the Browns 26-14 in Ben's last home game. Ben said a couple weeks ago, this Monday night game would probably be his last home game. It was very emotional. He took multiple minutes after the game was over and went around and shook hands with as many fans as he could. He took it in. There's a shot, if you watch it, or if you look at it, I forget who posted it, but it was him, his wife, and his 3 kids walking off the field in the tunnel. A great career. He's got 1 game left, but this was his last home game. I think one of those guys that if you were a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you didn't really hate on as much as everybody else did, right? Like, people hated on how he didn't really work out in the offseason. He was overweight all the time, and, he played some off-the-field issues, but if you were a fan of the Steelers, you always respected him and you gave him his all. He's a Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champ. basically has been the face of the Steelers since he got there. And one of those guys that now the Steelers, without him, where are you going to go, right? They're 8-1, and it's one of those things where when guys like that start to retire, it's like, whoa, because those are guys from my childhood. So it's like, what the fuck, you feel you're getting really old, right? Because like, man, I remember Big Ben, his first couple years in the league. I remember, but it is what it is. Life moves on. And he what the fuck am I talking about? Played in his last home game at Heinz Field. All right, there's two teams I want to kind of highlight for this week because I completely got them wrong at the start of the season, what I thought about them. The one is the Bengals. The Bengals beat the Chiefs this week to win the AFC North. I was completely wrong about the Bengals. I'm one of those journalists, I'll tell you, I was fucking wrong about a team. I'm not going to sit here and cow turd it and be like, I'll say one thing, and then a couple weeks later, no. Look, I got the fucking Bengals wrong. I thought they were a year out from being really good. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase has pretty much fucking elevated this team the entire way. Their defense has played pretty good. They beat the Chiefs. I didn't think they'd beat the Chiefs. It was the most dysfunctional last 3 minutes I've ever watched in my life, the ending of the Chiefs-Bengals game. And they did it. They pulled it out. I was shocked. I didn't think they'd make the playoffs this year. Not a lot of people thought they'd make the playoffs. So I was completely wrong about the Bengals. Completely wrong. And I admit when I'm wrong, okay? I'm a fucking man. I admit when I'm wrong. The other team I was wrong about was the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. I thought the Eagles would win like 4 games. I didn't like their coach. I wasn't fully convinced about Jalen Hurts. I'm not fully convinced about them yet either because the teams that they've beat have been bad teams and the teams that they've lost to have been really good teams. So we'll see, but they're playing a style of football that is run the ball, kind of like the Ravens, in a way of, okay, we're going to run the ball, not have Jalen Hurts do as much, we'll put less on him as anybody else. And it's worked out for them. They're making the playoffs. They're 9-7 right now. They clinched their playoff spot. I was completely wrong about them. But we'll see what they're like. They play the Cowboys this week. We'll see what they're like against the Cowboys. And then we'll see what they're like in the playoffs. But I was completely wrong about them. Did not think that they'd be here at all. And they are. All right, so playoffs are pretty much figured out for the most part. The AFC side is just figuring out the final 2 spots, and then the number 1 seed. Right now, the Titans sit at the number 1 seed at 11-5. Then the Chiefs at 2, 11-5. The Bengals 3, 10-6. The AFC East still needs to be figured out between the Pats and the Bills. If the Bills win this week, they're champs. If the Bills lose and the Patriots win, they're the champ. But they're both in the playoffs. Right now, they sit at 4-5, both 10-6. And then 6 and 7 are the last 2 playoff spots. That is between the Colts, Chargers, and Raiders at 9 and 7. The Chargers-Raiders game, whoever wins that game is in the playoffs. The Colts, they beat the Jags. They're in the playoffs. They should beat the Jags, but you never know. That's the AFC side. The NFC side, the number 1 seed's already picked up. The only division that's up for grabs still is the NFC West. And basically 1 playoff spot left to be determined between the 49ers and the Saints. Right now, Packers sit at 1 at 13-3. Rams are 2 at 12-4. Bucks are 3 at 12-4. Cowboys are 4 at 11-5. Cardinals are 5 at 11-5. Right now, the 49ers sit at 6, and the Eagles are 7. Eagles have clinched. The 49ers have not. It's between the 49ers and Saints. Saints sit at 8-8. So basically, 49ers win, they're in. The 49ers lose, and the Saints lose. 49ers are still in anyways. I mean, a lot of shit going on. Super Bowl-wise, going into the playoffs, if you ask me right now who I think's in the Super Bowl, I'd go with Chiefs, Packers going into the playoffs. And I just think that's what we're going to get. The Titans could potentially get Derrick Henry back, which would help them. I don't know if they could beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs can score. I don't know about the Titans' defense as much. And the Packers, they've just been the best team all year. Ever since week 1, they've been the best team all year. No doubt about it in my mind. Easily. The Packers should easily go through the NFC. They should easily do it. If they don't, I'll laugh because I'm a Bears fan because they choked it. But they should easily make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. It's one of those where it's in your hands. You just have to do it. We'll see if the Packers can pull it off. I don't know. Matt LaFleur's not the best in big games, but we'll see. All right, games this week. I mean, I pick games that have somewhat of meaning, but there's really not that much meaning going on in some of these games. The Cowboys play at the Eagles. They're 7-point favorites. I think the Cowboys win. I just don't think the Eagles can beat a good team. I don't think that they're there yet. The Bengals at -3 at the Browns. I put this game in here just because this is a Baker Mayfield game. What are we going to see from Baker? He played like shit last night. What are we going to see? This game will go a long way towards telling us what Baker is, what his future in Cleveland's like. Because if it's not, if he doesn't play good, they get their asses kicked, I think it really hurts him way more. Because he hasn't played great. He needs a lot around him to win. He's not going to go out there and win you a game. So we'll have to see. But I think the Bengals win. Joe Burrow might not play, so that kind of, but I don't give a fuck. I think they win. Baker's just going to fuck it up, in my opinion. The Colts -15.5 at the Jags. Like I said, the Colts need to win to get in the playoffs. I think they beat the Jags. 15.5 is big. I don't know if they cover, but they win. Steelers at Ravens. This is Ben's last game, most likely. Steelers have a crazy way of making it in the playoffs, but I don't think they do. I'm going to go with the Steelers win here. I think Ben's going to get a win in his last home game. Not his last home, his last fucking game. Jesus, my fucking brain is all over the place today. See, I get my back waxed, and I don't know how to talk because I'm fucking playing hurt today. Jesus Christ. I got my fucking booster shot. My arm's red. You can feel, it feels like fucking concrete right where they gave me the shot. Like, if you punched me right there, I'd fucking wince and cry like a little bitch. But you know what? Playing hurt. I'm fucking working through shit, okay? Jesus Christ. I wake up every morning and I fucking work. Saints -4.5 at the Falcons. I'm going to go with the Saints to win here. Saints are going to win, and then they're going to go after one of these big-name quarterbacks. Pretty much. But they don't make the playoffs, in my opinion. Because 49ers at Rams. Rams are 4.5 favorite. I'm picking the 49ers. I think Kyle Shanahan's beat the Rams like the last 4 times they've played. Make it 5. To get in the playoffs. Seahawks at Cardinals. This is Cardinals, and the Cardinals win their division. Shocking, but I think they do it. Fucking phone just fell down this fucking chair. Camera, I had to... Okay. Fucking brand new phone, probably broke. Alright, last pick. This is the biggest pick of the week because winner gets in the playoffs. So, this is big. Chargers -2.5 at the Raiders. I don't know who the fuck I'm going to pick here. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert's going to propel them into the playoffs. They're going to get it done. They're going to win the fucking game. Like I said before, this is the last week of regular season. Last chance for people to watch their teams play. As a Bears fan, look, they've won the last 2 games. It makes me concerned that, like, oh, maybe we might keep Matt Nagy. So I don't fucking know what's going on. But, look, you got to cherish this. If this is the last week your team's playing, like mine, you cherish it, and then you fucking cry until the next season starts. That's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching.